nowadays, people may actually spend like days, many monies to actually build a video. In the future, will be just a few minutes. I think I'm glad that HeyGen is probably one of the top players in this field, but I think we still have a lot of efforts need to do.
As the population gets younger, we're seeing that they're using multimodal ways of communicating, sending more videos, creating more TikToks.
We could potentially get to a stage that we may pass the Turing test, in the sense that you show an AI-generated video, you show a non-AI generated video, the person himself cannot really tell the difference.
So I'm sitting here with Rong Yan, the CTO of HeyGen. How are you today?
It's great, so great to be here.
Well, lovely to have you here. You just came off stage and you gave a wonderful talk. How was that experience for you?
This is such an awesome experience. I'm so happy that Nebius and also Fellow Fund organizing these opportunities for me, that I think AI is such a paradigm shift. I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to share my excitement to the audience and also help to explain, okay, how AI can really change the world in the futures. Yeah, I'm getting a lot out of it.
Oh, I love to hear that. And so for those who don't know, can you tell me a little bit about what HeyGen is and what problem it's solving in the world today?
For sure. So HeyGen is all-in-one video generators. So our goal is very simple. We want to make video storytelling accessible to everyone. And we want to make camera obsolete. Basically, in the futures, we think humans don't need camera anymore. They can use AI to generate video contents, and they can use that to share that with their friends, with their families, with their companies, all using AI. So nowadays, people may actually spend like days, 10 days, many monies to actually build a video. In the future, it will be just a few minutes. And with AI, then they can get the video they want. And this will change a lot of things.
Yeah, it's interesting as well. I find that you're getting into this space too at a very critical time when there's so many content creators. Everybody wants to create video and tell stories online and do visual storytelling. Kind of, what's HeyGen's philosophy about visual storytelling?
I always tell people is that like HeyGen's future visions is not just about video generations. And then we are about visual storytellings. If you think about videos, video is actually very similar to a static website. Back in 1999, that it's linear, it's very static, it's very unidirectional, so it's less interesting. If you think about how a website evolve, it will become an interactive web app written in JavaScript. So that will make it more personalized, make it more dynamic and more interactive. So for those audience who maybe know HeyGen's a little bit, if you know our product called Interactive Avatar, that's actually a very cool product. So you can literally talk to an avatar like real humans, so in an interactive way. I think that will be one of the futures. So I can imagine 5 years later, probably there's no more videos. Instead, you will have iframes that all the contents inside the iframe will be customized to the audience. So it will customize the avatar. It will customize all the contents that we display to users, and then it will transition to an interactive avatar to say, okay, do you now have any questions I can answer for you? And the avatar will control the computer on the background. That will fundamentally change the product experience for people. Maybe every single software become a visual storytelling platform and using that products in the futures.
What I enjoy about HeyGen is the fact that the avatars are kind of as realistic as they get. Like the lips are syncing correctly to the words. It's not like a delay. And I think that that's another reason why the product is so approachable. Yeah. But when you think about it and how we're going to be interacting with this, how difficult is it for you to create that realistic avatar for users to want to interact with, especially given that we're all still getting familiar with this digital technical relationship?
I think if I want to say the current stage of the technology, I think we still stay a little bit at the uncanny edge, like type of area right now. I think I'm glad that HeyGen is probably one of the top players in this field, but I think we still have a lot of efforts need to do to make it much more realistic. So I just talked to one of my friends about what actually is realism in terms of like human modeling. So in fact, there are 3 different layers you can think about. The first layer is that giving a random images of humans, and then you can make the human talk and speak. That's the first layer. It's the easiest layer, so everyone can do that. So I can also see a lot of players coming into play on this field right now. But if you want to go one step further, it's about replication of humans. I want to replicate a particular human, such as myself, and into an avatar with the same motions, with the same sounds, same voice, and the other people cannot tell the difference. So I would say that's the second level. Very few players can do that right now. So I think we are proud that we are one of the leaders in that area. But the third one is actually most difficult. The third one is about you generate an avatar replicating yourself, but you yourself feel like that's you. And you are willing to use that as an avatar in a public environment. So I think that's actually the most difficult one. I don't think we are fully there, but I think in about 1 to 2 years, we could potentially get to a stage that we may pass the Turing test, in the sense that you show an AI-generated video, you show a non-AI-generated video, the person himself cannot really tell the difference between those two.
And so how are you thinking about, because when I think about myself being replicated and maybe sending my avatar to work for me one day, how do you verify like privacy concerns and identity concerns? How is HeyGen kind of tackling that?
I think like we really take the trust and safety side deep in heart right now. So overall, currently we have 2 levels of trust and safety protections. So first, when we are generating avatar, we will ask the humans, the users who produce the avatar, to explicitly record a consent video, which is like 30 seconds long. So, and we use the consent video to make sure that the user is not randomly putting random people's avatar to generate. Instead, it's yourself. So you have to consent it to be that avatar to be generated. So that's the first layer of protections. The second layer of protection is that for any of the video generated based on that avatar, we also have a moderation teams to moderate, like how are they using the avatar itself? Are they using that to speak any inappropriate contents? Are they using that to speak any things that the authors just don't like? So if that's the case, we will also disallow that. So yeah, and I think this is a very important part of business. We for sure lose some revenue because of it, but I think that's the right trade-off that we should make.
I agree with that. And so I also see this as could be a use case for Hollywood. Movies are so expensive to make in some instances.
Yep.
How are you seeing HeyGen maybe be applied to Hollywood grade productions or just the filmmaking industry in general?
For sure. So yeah, in fact, this is a very interesting topic because my first answer is that HeyGen is not for Hollywood movie making. So in fact, like that's actually one of the key differentiations I'd love to call out here is that I know there's a lot of solution out there that was really focused on cinematic video creations, named like VO3, Soras, and those top players there. But for HeyGen's, our focus is actually more focused on what we call content professional instead of a creative professional. I'm not saying creator or creative professional is not important, but I do think content professional needs more help. So when I talk about content professional, it actually means marketers, salespersons, or daily corporate person like us, myself, that I literally have no video creations expertise. Even I work in a video generation company, I don't know how to create a video. So how can I enable people like me who knows how to write Google Doc, who knows how to write email, but don't know how to create video, to create from 0 video to 10 video every day?
Yeah.
So that's the breakthrough we want to go after. So that's why we are less for the top of the pyramid of these equations. We want to focus on the bottom part of the pyramid that have a much wider audience, but who have no idea how to create video. We believe like that's what a big opportunity, a huge opportunity HeyGen can unlock here in these cases.
And it evolves the way that we communicate.
Exactly.
Like the way texting all the time, right, is how millennials and Gen Zers, right, are kind of communicating. But as the population gets younger, we're seeing that they're using multimodal ways of communicating, sending more videos, creating more TikToks. And so HeyGen is a perfect tool, it sounds like, that's kind of helping to overcome and bridge that gap.
Totally.
As well.
I actually used to work in Snapchat before. I also used to work in Facebook. I actually see how the last 10 years that our whole industry on mobile internet has been really shifting from a text-based social network paradigms into a multimedia or video-based like social network paradigms. So the communication becomes so fascinatingly changing. It's like people was reading newspaper literally 20 years ago, and now people are watching videos. People are watching personalized video that was customized for that. I start to reflect, okay, why is that the case? But I think there's a really good reason behind that. So first, video is such good mechanisms to deliver a diversity, a wide range of contents without difficulties. This is something you cannot do with audios. This is something you cannot do with images. That's why you never see an image-centric social network. You never see an audio-centric social network other than Clubhouse, but like after that, it's never become very popular afterwards, right? So, but video become very popular. This is such a great vehicle for everything. The second thing is that like video really help you to consume the information passively instead of actively. When you're reading newspapers or reading documents, this is what I call active consumptions. You really need to spend your brains to understand, to really diligently to read it, to understand what it's talking about. But video is different. Video is a passive consumption. So I can literally just watch the video without really putting too much effort on it. I think that actually significantly improves your communication efficiencies because of that. So I think that's a paradigm. You can actually apply that more than just I would say, entertainment or regular media consumption space. Yeah. You can apply that to every single piece of information that humans have right now. So this is actually including like enterprise space. This is actually including like any places that you will produce content regularly, so that we can actually make that as a more video-like communication patterns. I think there will be a paradigm shift coming because of that.
I'm really looking forward to that paradigm shift, to be able to consume that.
I'm too, yeah. So I'm hoping to see in one day that people are going to see a lot more video and create videos in a much more frictionless way.
And it'll also be interesting to just see other people's way and their style and their taste of how they do storytelling, because I think that it can be intimidating to put yourself out there and tell stories because there are so many experts in the world who do it. But to be able to kind of do this through an avatar and to experiment and test things out, it does make it more approachable.
Totally. Yeah, I can actually speak of my own story. Yeah, in fact, I'm a very introverted person. I never record a long video myself because I just hate to see myself in that little bubble and speaking. So yeah, and then even I record a video, I just record a screenshot with my voiceover and that's it, right? So, but I don't think I'm unique. I feel like a lot of people belong to this kind of personality, that we are a little bit more introverted. We don't want our face to be there. I think this is actually where the video creation tech can really help. It's like I record that images or 30 seconds video, boom, then that's your avatar. And then you can use that again and again for information sharing. I think that just opens up a lot more people can deliver information in an authentic way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Rong Yan. I really appreciated you sharing your story and telling us about HeyGen. And best of luck to you and the HeyGen team as you continue to build. So thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.